left-wing mayors and councilmen and supervisors, they've given the store away in the past. Well, guess what? It's time to take some back. The economy demands it. The American people demand it. What's going on in Wisconsin applies to all the rest of us all over the country. Lines need to be drawn. Now, I have to say from a political perspective, I'm kind of enjoying this. The more thugs who show up with their little Nazi signs, the more thugs who show up and compare the governor of Wisconsin to Hosni Mubarak, the more they are pissing off the American people. The more days they shut down the school system, the more they demonstrate to those who either weren't paying attention or sitting on the fence what their priorities are. So let me tell you something in Wisconsin. Keep marching. More of you. More signs. More ugly statements. Keep it up. America's watching. And America's disgusted with you. Keep it up. You're going to grow the Tea Party movement. You're going to grow the conservative movement. You're going to ensure that your hero, Barack Obama, loses in 2012. You're going to ensure that we take over the United States Senate in 2012. You're going to ensure that our numbers grow in Washington and in every capital and every state in the Union. So keep it up with your radical ignorance. Because people who have not been engaged in politics before, people who've not been paying attention before, they're paying attention now. You are energizing our base. You are energizing and expanding our base. Keep it up. I heard on my local affiliate here, my great affiliate in the Washington, D.C. area, WMAL, a so-called spokesman for the Northern Virginia Tea Party movement. I think his name was Cortez or something. This guy's not a spokesman for me, and I'm a Tea Party activist, and I've spoken at rallies. He says, we don't want a government shutdown. We Tea Party activists, we want the parties to work together for good government. So what the hell's with this guy? He should be working for the League of Women Voters. It's not that we want the government to shut down. It's that we have an intransigent president who's blowing off all the Tea Party activists and the election results last November. We have a senator in Harry Reid who's not only ignorant, he's stubborn. And they will not cut the spending. This isn't a matter of relativism. This isn't a matter of a pock on both your houses. If we have one group of people who's trying to cut spending, whether it's enough is a different debate. But if they're trying to cut spending and we have another group of people who keep wanting to increase spending, how is it that we're mad at both groups? That guy's a spokesman for the Northern Virginia Tea Party? Guy's an idiot. In my humble opinion. Just my opinion. I have said for the last several days, and I said last week, go ahead and shut down the federal government. If it is a choice between voting to further destroy the financial situation in this country and to enslave our children further to red ink for a generation or two or three to come, then shut it down. Because I want to repeat, this isn't Egypt. We know what the hell's going on. This is a constitutional republic. And there are forces in this country who reject the constitutional republic. What they want is a big government authoritarian type of regime, and we're going to resist it. When you watch those people demonstrating in Wisconsin, those are people who want your taxes to go up massively. They're unreasonable. They're irrational. They are demanding. They are pigs. Pigs! And if it occurs in Ohio, which it's starting to, same thing. Oh, we all have to share. We all have to share, the liberals say, in what we're willing to give up or contribute. Except, of course, if you're a liberal. If you're a trial lawyer, you're protected under Obamacare. If you're a member of the NEA or AFT, we had a massive stimulus program to fund you. The only people, it seems to me, who are having to sacrifice and share are the people who pay the bills in the private sector. Us. We're the ones who are having to sacrifice. We don't have any guarantees. We don't have any lifelong pension plan after we retire. We don't have any lifelong health care plan after we retire. We have to contribute to our own IRAs and our own 401ks and all the rest of it. We have to contribute to our own health care programs and Blue Cross and Blue Shield and so forth. Nobody's given us a damn thing. People of Wisconsin, when they trash that governor of yours who has the courage to stand up to them, they're trashing you. It's you they're after, not him. He's the only thing standing between you and them. Meanwhile, the Senate Democrats in Wisconsin, they got on a short yellow bus and they left town. They left town because they don't want a quorum. They're playing parliamentary games because if there were a quorum, there'd be a vote and they'd lose. They don't believe in democracy. They don't like the last election in Wisconsin, just like the Obama and the Democrats don't like the last election when it came to Washington, just like they don't like the judge's ruling in Pensacola, Florida on health care. So they ignore it. They defy it. They evade it. They undermine it. They obstruct it, whatever they have to do. Here we have a Washington compost blogger. I just got off the phone, he writes, with Wisconsin State Senator Chris Larson, one of the Democrats who's left the Capitol in order to stall the GOP's plan to roll back the bargaining rights of public employees. Don't you love the way the liberals phrase things? Roll back the bargaining rights of public employees. How about save the state from defaulting? How about save the taxpayers from losing their homes? Why isn't that the first sentence? Speaking to me by cell phone from an undisclosed location, Larson said he and his fellow Democrats would not return until the Republicans take its assault on organizing rights off the table. Quote, each of us is in a secure location, he told me, confirming they were not all together but were monitoring events on the web and on Twitter. Oh, isn't that cool? Just like the Muslim Brotherhood during the Egyptian, what was that? Rebellion, revolution, bowel movement. What the hell was that? In any event, there they are using Twitter, the new social communication networks. Organizing. Yes, getting ready to fight who? You, the taxpayer. We're going to be staying away until we hear that they're taking the rights to organize seriously. Larson continued referring to Republicans. They're going after 50 years of history in 1 week. Until they take that off the table, it's a non-starter. Let me ask you something, folks. Those of you who don't work directly for the government, are you paying enough taxes? I'm just curious. Wisconsin, I think it's over $3.5 billion in the red. Do you think your property taxes should go up? Your state taxes should go up? Your federal taxes should go up? Those of you who are struggling to hold on to your homes, to take care of your families, to make car payments, who are cutting back left and right, maybe not going out to dinner, maybe no more vacations, who are worried every week whether you can make it, do you think your taxes should go up to pay for these pigs when you're already paying their salaries, already paying their pensions, already paying their health care, And all the governor is asking is that they start to contribute more to their own benefits. Do you think your taxes should go up? These people are at war with you. Forget about the governor. Forget about your legislature. They are at war with you. They want more of what you have. And they're not used to hearing the word no. This is going to backfire. It's going to backfire for union bosses, particularly in the NEA, who are used to getting everything they want. Now the microscope is on them. It's going to backfire for the Democrats who are throwing in with them. There are many, many Democrats and independents out there. There are many so-called moderates and liberal Republicans who've had enough. This they understand. They understand spending's out of control. They understand when their property taxes or sales taxes or state and federal income taxes are going through the roof, when they're having to make choices for themselves. They understand that the time has come to cut back. And now we have Representative Corey Mason at the rally. The rally. Teachers are supposed to be teaching. Instead, they're rallying. Because they don't want to contribute to their own future. They don't want to contribute to their own retirement. They don't want to contribute to their own health care. Strangers should contribute to it. So here's Representative Corey Mason speaking at the rally against Governor Scott Walker last night. Cut 7, go.
When Governor Walker tries to undo 50 years of labor peace, he goes too far.
Representative Corey Mason spoke to the unions and their allies during the rally against the bill Wednesday, February 16th.
But mostly, when the governor plans to call in the National Guard, instead of manning up and sitting down at the bargaining table, he goes too far.
Wisconsin is facing almost $4 billion deficit. Governor Walker says he's taking steps to save the state.
When a Washington Post columnist compares your governor to the deposed dictator of Egypt, you've gone too far.
This is great, isn't it? So you got this little freak demagogue, Corey Mason, citing the Washington Post, citing another freak, calling Walker Mubarak. Now, I want you to understand something. These people are not being stripped of their salaries. They're not being stripped of their health care. They're not being stripped of their pensions. They're not being fired. That is, they're not being laid off. He wants them to contribute more to their own pension and their own health care. And for that, we're now Egypt under Mubarak. You dumb little twit. And then there's union supporter Carrie Bowman. Let's listen to by the way, you hear all the yelling and cheering in the background? Those are your teachers. Congratulations, Wisconsin. Let's listen to Carrie Bowman. Cut 8, go.
Since January 25th, we've watched Egypt, people who are risking their lives for democratic reform, at over a 30-year dictator that we've propped up, the United States. And here we have apathy in this country. And finally, the state of Wisconsin, very strong, progressive ideology after Bob Follett, to stand up and say, okay, we're not going to take this.
Kill the bill! Kill the bill!
Kill the bill. Kill the bill. Shut up, you schmucks. Oh, the progressives. They're not going to take it. They're not going to take what? They're taking money out of our pocket. What is it that they're not going to take? Hey, let me tell you something, lady. You'll take whatever we give you. You got it? Who the hell? You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen? I've used this word, and let me continue to use it. It's plunder. Plunder. That's what progressivism is. That's what the NEA is. That's what this idiot woman's all about. Plunder. Plunder your neighbors. Take their savings. Take their homes. She's a pig. They're all pigs. All they're being asked to do is to contribute more to their own well-being. But instead, they want to steal it from somebody else.